and lane of a 3-lane motorway. What do these overhead signs mean? Move to the left and reduce your speed to 50 miles per hour. There are roadworks 50 meters, 55 yards, ahead. Use the hard shoulder until you've passed the hazard. Leave the motorway at the next exit. Which color follows the green signal at a puffin crossing? Steady red. Flashing amber. Steady amber. Flashing green. What's the reason for traffic calming measures? To stop road rage. To make overtaking easier. To slow traffic down. To make parking easier. You're waiting at a level crossing. What must you do if a train passes but the lights keep flashing? Carry on waiting. Phone the signal operator. Edge over the stop line and look for trains. Park and investigate. The fluid level in your battery is low. What fluid should you use to top it up? Battery acid. Distilled water. Engine oil. Engine coolant. You're approaching a junction where the traffic lights aren't working. What should you do when a police officer gives this signal? Turn left only. Turn right only. Continue ahead only. Stop at the stop line. What should you do when you're overtaking at night? Wait until a bend so that you can see oncoming headlights. Sound your horn twice before moving out. Go past slowly so that you can react to unseen hazards. Beware of bends in the road ahead. Your vehicle breaks down on a motorway and you need to call for help. Why might it be better to use an emergency roadside telephone rather than a mobile phone? It connects you to a local garage. Using a mobile phone will distract other drivers. It allows easy location by the emergency services. Mobile phones don't work on motorways. What color are the reflective studs between a motorway and a slip road? Amber. White. Green. Red. Which vehicles should you allow extra room as you overtake them? Lorry. Tractor. Bicycle. Road sweeper. Why should you look carefully for motorcyclists and cyclists at junctions? They may want to turn into the side road. They may slow down to let you turn. They're harder to see. They might not see you turn. You're approaching a roundabout. What should you do if there are horses being ridden in front of you? Sound your horn as a warning. Treat them like any other vehicle. Give them plenty of room. Accelerate past as quickly as possible. Why must you take great care when emerging from this junction? The road surface is poor. The footpath is narrow. The curbs are high. The view is restricted. What lights should you use when you're driving on a wet motorway and vehicles are throwing up surface spray? Hazard warning lights. Dipped headlights. Rear fog lights. Side lights. You wish to tow a trailer. Where would you find the maximum nose weight for your vehicle's tow hitch? In the vehicle handbook. In the highway code. In your vehicle registration certificate. In your license documents. You want to turn right from the junction. What should you do if your view is restricted by parked vehicles? Move out quickly, but be prepared to stop. Sound your horn and pull out if there's no reply. Stop, then move forward slowly until you have a clear view. Stop, get out and look along the main road to check. What should you expect if you see this sign ahead? The road will go steeply uphill. The road will go steeply downhill. The road will bend sharply to the left. The road will bend sharply to the right. You're driving in a built-up area that has traffic calming measures. What should you do when you approach a road hump? Move across to the left-hand side of the road. Wait for any pedestrians to cross. Check your mirror and slow down. Stop and check both pavements. You're leaving your vehicle parked on a road and unattended. When may you leave the engine running? If you'll be parking for less than 5 minutes. If the battery keeps going flat. When parked in a 20 miles per hour zone. Never if you're away from the vehicle. What must you do if poor health affects your driving? Inform your local police. Avoid using motorways. Always drive accompanied. Inform the licensing authority. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down in a tunnel? Stay in your vehicle and wait for the police. Stand in the lane behind your vehicle to warn others. Stand in front of your vehicle to warn oncoming drivers. Switch on hazard warning lights, then go and call for help. You're driving on a motorway and have to slow down suddenly due to a hazard ahead. How can you warn drivers behind of the hazard? Switch on your hazard warning lights. Switch on your headlights. Sound your horn. Flash your headlights. What would you expect to find at a contraflow system on a motorway? Temporary traffic lights. Lower speed limits. Wider lanes than normal. Road humps. What's the speed limit for a car towing a caravan on a dual carriageway? 50 miles per hour. 40 miles per hour. 70 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour. When are you allowed to park in a parking bay for disabled drivers? When you have a blue badge. When you have a wheelchair. When you have an advanced driver certificate. When you have an adapted vehicle. What does it mean if your vehicle keeps bouncing after you sharply press down and release on the bodywork over a wheel? The tires are worn. The tires are underinflated. The vehicle is on soft ground. The shock absorbers are worn. You're carrying an 11-year-old child on the front seat of your car. They're under 1.35 meters, 4 feet 5 inches, tall. What seat belt security must be in place? They must use an adult seat belt. They must be able to fasten their own seat belt. They must use a suitable child restraint. They must be able to see clearly out of the front window. What does this motorway sign mean? Temporary minimum speed 50 miles per hour. No services for 50 miles. Obstruction 50 meters, 164 feet, ahead. Temporary maximum speed 50 miles per hour. What does this sign mean? Leave motorway at next exit. Lane for heavy and slow vehicles. All lorries use a hard shoulder. Rest area for lorries. What does this sign mean? Service area 30 miles ahead. Maximum speed 30 miles per hour. Minimum speed 30 miles per hour. Lay-by 30 miles ahead. What's the minimum time gap you should leave when following a vehicle on a wet road? 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. 4 seconds. What should you do when dealing with this hazard? Switch on your hazard warning lights. Use a low gear and drive slowly. Use a high gear to prevent wheel spin. Switch on your windscreen wipers. What should you do if you begin to feel drowsy while you're driving? Stop and rest as soon as possible. Turn the heater up to keep you warm and comfortable. Close the car windows to help you concentrate. Continue with your journey but drive more slowly. What should you do if you begin to feel drowsy while you're driving? Stop and rest as soon as possible. Turn the heater up to keep you warm and comfortable. Close the car windows to help you concentrate. Continue with your journey but drive more slowly. What should you do if you become tired while you're driving on a motorway? Pull up on the hard shoulder and change drivers. Leave the motorway at the next exit and rest. Increase your speed and turn up the radio volume. Close all your windows and set the heating to warm. You're driving in fog. Why should you keep well back from the vehicle in front? In case it changes direction suddenly. In case its fog lights dazzle you. In case it stops suddenly. In case its brake lights dazzle you. Other than direction indicators, how can you give signals to other road users? By using brake lights. By using side lights. By using fog lights. By using interior lights. Which driving technique can help you save fuel? Using lower gears as often as possible. Accelerating sharply in each gear. Using each gear in turn. missing out some gears.